I used to wanna, but I don't know. Mo. All right, today we got another episode of Overachievers.
What's up, everybody?
Today I got my co-host, Spirit.
What's up, y'all?
Here with me to help me out and bring y'all the most intuitive and the best advice we can give y'all to help y'all overachieve in life. So I'm excited. Spirit's been managing me for 5 years now, and we've got pretty close. So I'm excited to have her on here.
Hey, I'm excited, y'all. It's Sunday. Happy Sunday.
All right, so today I wanted to bring you on here. I wanted to talk about, the first thing I want to talk about is Drake and Kendrick.
Rival between two of rap music's biggest stars, Drake and Kendrick Lamar, is entering a dramatic new chapter. Drake's company has filed 2 legal actions accusing Universal Music Group, which represents both of the artists, of defamation and illegally boosting Lamar's viral song that targeted Drake, Not Like Us. Lawyers for Drake allege UMG enacted a scheme to, quote, artificially inflate that song.
So, everybody know that Kendrick kind of ate Drake up in this little beef they had with each other, right? So, Drake kind of been in the low, been like out of the spotlight. Mm-hmm. So lately, he sued Kendrick and UMG.
Right, I seen that.
Sued him, saying that they bought him streams and they promoted his music more during the war.
Right.
And I think Drake's team is trying to get UMG, Spotify to show their streaming records.
Right.
So he can prove that they've been faking streams for Kendrick. I think that Drake was doing the same thing when he was dropping his albums. Right. And that's how he know about this stuff,
Right. I think a lot of artists are. I mean,
of course.
This can open up like a whole door of all these artists probably faking streams, but
right. So my question is, do you think Drake is doing this because of the beef, or do you think he's doing this to get generational wealth and retirement money from UMG? Because if he do win a lawsuit with UMG, that's the record label, he will get billions. Mm-hmm. So do you think that this is a strategic move from Drake to get generational wealth, or do you think he's having a temper tantrum from losing rap beef?
I would think I would respect Drake more if he did this kind of lawsuit, without this battle with him and Kendrick. But right. I mean,
he had to get proof.
He had to get proof, but I mean, why do it now?
He could have used himself, right?
Right. Why do it now?
Yeah, Drake, you could have used yourself if you wanted to tell whistleblow in the industry. You hear me? You could have used yourself and instead of having a temper tantrum. You're right about that.
I mean, I feel like he losing some money. I mean,
he's losing a lot of money. He's losing a lot of revenue. He lost a shoe deal right after the war. He had like a $250 million shoe deal with Adidas. And after the beef, after the loss to Drake, he lost that.
Well, Drake, get your money any way you see fit.
Right. Well, hey.
He was probably upset about Kendrick getting that Super Bowl, huh? Yeah. He was jealous about that.
Those streams, I'm sure Nicki done it and Drake have done it. All of them have done it.
A lot of artists have. So, hey, I think we should just shut the industry down as a whole and start over. Let some independent artists get their shine. That's what I think.
Just to let y'all know, the thoughts of each person doesn't necessarily represent the show. No, I'm just playing. So yeah, we got that out the way.
Versus Mike Tyson fight was rigged. Look at how Mike was fighting against Roy Jones at 54 years old, and take a look at this counter. Roy goes in with a jab, and Mike slips to the outside and immediately counters him with a left hook. Now compare this with the Jake fight. Mike would go to all the trouble of closing the distance on Jake, but wouldn't counter. Jake throws a big right hook and Mike slips under it. Jake is completely open and out of position while Jake is in range, but Mike doesn't counter. Instead, he just throws his hands and waits till Jake covers up and backs out of range. Again here, Jake feints a jab, then goes for a left hook that he abandons since Mike slips, but Jake's guard is open and Mike loaded up his left hand, but he doesn't throw it instead. He just stands up. Was the fight rigged?
So did you watch the fight with Mike Tyson and Jake Paul? Did you get to watch that?
I didn't. I watched clips of it. I didn't watch the whole thing. I wasn't really interested in seeing a fake fight.
Yeah. Well, I got my close friend, videographer, movie editor in here with me. John Cruz is in the house. Shout out Smoother Media. Did you get to see the fight?
I did not get to see the fight because I was working. I was running sound for a band that one night. But I'm with Spirit. Like it just looked faked.
Yeah.
I was all in for Tyson, my generation. You know, I'm old as shit. So I was, I see the highlights and I see Tyson making some moves that if he would have gone like 100%, dude was gonna be out.
Definitely,
he was gonna be out.
I saw a slow-mo video.
Yeah, like they were making signs at each other.
Right.
You could tell. Like, it was like no.
Yeah, I saw a slow-mo video where Mike Tyson actually had a clear punch on his face, and he just dropped it.
He just dropped it.
Like, I mean, come on.
It was fake.
It was definitely staged. So I heard that Mike Tyson and Jake Paul is getting sued for that.
I heard
fake fight.
I heard some shit like that.
Right. So
I heard they were getting sued because the amount of money they made was insane for once, and people wanted to see them fight.
Right.
Why do I feel like Jake Paul gets to live out his childhood dream of being a boxer because he got some money? He can just say, "Hey, I want to fight Mike Tyson."
In the beginning, I was a little skeptical, like how a YouTuber become a boxer. But then I saw him training, and it was like maybe he's for real. And I saw he kept winning fights. I was like, maybe he's for real. Until I actually checked the people who he fights, and he's like.
And his brother too.
Of course, yeah, his brother too.
I mean, the Mayweather fight.
I think his brother's like more for real.
Maybe a little more for real, but I think if Mayweather would have went in there without any contractual bounds, I think he would have knocked him out. Yeah. I mean, that's like childhood boxers compared to somebody who just, you know what I mean? That's like a race car driver. It's like somebody been racing cars since they was 5, and then you just get getting out there racing with somebody who just started. You're gonna dust. It's just you will life. Yeah. So we think it was fake. We'll let the courts decide. I mean, if they don't go to court, I hope Mike Tyson get to enjoy his money. You know what I mean? Right. And shout out Mike Tyson and Jake Paul for getting that money. Because I mean, if I could have stepped in the ring and got $30 million a month ago, I would have done it with whoever the fuck. Whoever. I mean, were you? Would you pass that up? I mean,
absolutely. Like,
wake me up.
What do you need me to do? Like, fall on the first round, on the third one. Which one you want? I'll hold it.
I would have jumped over the top rope. I would have let the dude hit me. I would just
it's just gone. Effects and everything. Put me a little ketchup here.
Right. What about you? Would you have to throw in the fight for $30 million?
Oh, money ain't good money, but hey.
30.
Yeah, I would have did it.
Come on.
I would have did it. I'm not gonna lie.
So Mike Tyson, shout out Mike Tyson, Jake Paul on getting that money. Referring to super bouts, we got World War III on the brink.
I will prevent, and I'm the only one that's going to do it, 100% will prevent World War III, which is very close to happening. And in my next term, we will build a great Iron Dome missile defense shield over our country, a dome like none other.
We got America. I mean, we got China. We got a lot of participants in this. We got Ukraine, even
Russia,
Australia. I don't know where I got Australia from. they doing some bullshit down under.
After the whole Olympics, breakdancer lady, they got a double the fame.
Yeah.
They even don't like that.
Right.
So.
I mean, I had to throw Australia in there. I think it was the Olympic lady.
Probably.
But we got World War III on the brink. Do you feel like that you are ready if America was to go into a nuclear war or any kind of war right now, and martial law was to come to the United States, do you feel like you're ready for that life?
I don't think there's enough preparing you can do for that. You can be prepared.
You can
I
prepare
think
a little bit.
you can prepare, but I mean, when chaos and all hell breaks loose, I mean, what can you do?
I mean, you can survive.
You can survive.
And that's where I'm going. But John, do you think that you?
I mean, you can plant seeds and stuff,
Yeah.
but if the ground, if it's nuclear bombs, the seed ain't gonna grow. Them seeds ain't gonna grow if the.
I mean, I feel like if Hiroshima, the people in Hiroshima could survive a nuclear blast, I feel like there's nothing that you can tell me can destroy this earth just totally. Right. So if they can drop a bomb, I think that something's gonna still grow. Like a rose, something is gonna still be edible in this motherfucker. You can't tell me that everything God created is just gonna not be no good.
Yeah.
However, I'm with her. Like, you cannot prepare enough. Like, it's just.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you.
It's not 100%. Like, whenever you find out that there's a war and everything will go to shit, like there's a fucking bomb, you don't know where the fuck it's gonna go, but it's happening.
Yeah,
you only have so much time to prepare.
Right.
Because you are preparing, but everyone's preparing. You know what I mean?
Everybody's trying to prepare.
So,
but it's definitely in God's hands.
Right.
But while everything's crashing, while the motherboard's crashing, and you have no electricity, you can have candles. You can have, like you said, you can plant seeds and grow. You can have herbs. You can have herbal medicine for yourself. So my advice to everybody out here, because we're overachievers, we're here to give people advice to help them achieve. I'm trying to help you guys achieve if it's a World War III.
Right, you got to be prepared, not scared.
So get some herbs, plant you some fruit, vegetables, stock up on some canned foods. They might last maybe 2 to 3 years, right? We saw a guy open some cans, some 50-year-old cans the other day on YouTube. That shit did not turn out right. They tell you that you can stock up on cans for nuclear. I think 10 years is probably the limit on cans.
Yeah,
maybe 8 years.
You probably get something like some beans, barrels of water, honey never expires, stuff
packs.
Like that, syrup.
It's packs that can purify your water, right?
Yeah. They have the life straws, stuff like that.
So just prepare, and the main thing is being a good person, telling your family you love them, and getting everything, accomplishing everything that you want to do, before something like that happens. So like John and Spirit said, you never know when your time coming. And the best example is D-Day. Like, those guys was like jumping off those boats on the shore just to get shot, and bullets coming from everywhere. So I watched a lot of movies growing up on D-Day. And that dream I told you about where I just ran out and got shot during the war. Did I tell you about that? I think during a war, it's just luck. From what I've saw, and people fighting, I think it's just luck.
Just luck who survives and who doesn't.
Yeah. I mean, what about you? Don't you think that?
About what?
I mean, back in the day, it could have been like you had the extreme soldiers like David and Goliath. You fight this one person. But I think now it's pure luck coming home from
like
war.
Survive?
Yeah, surviving.
Yeah.
It's pure luck. I mean, you could be the baddest soldier in the world, but I mean, you cannot stop these fucking machine gun bullets.
Random fucking bullet flying from nowhere, hit you in the head.
Robot killers. And
you
shit.
were not expecting that. Like you said, you can be the baddest motherfucker, and you didn't see that bullet coming.
Right.
So.
I mean, so.
Well, if war does break out, I want to be like in the middle of nowhere. I don't want to be like around a bunch of people.
Yeah, in the city with the zombies.
Yeah, exactly.
There's nowhere you're gonna go if the highway is backed up. Where you gonna go?
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty bad. But we don't have to worry about war too much. The main thing we gotta worry about is the grid going down, because once the electricity go, we go see the true colors of everybody in this country. Right?
Oh, definitely.
So let's hope for the best. Pray for each other. Keep each other uplifted. Help each other. Right. If your neighbor needs some sugar or tea or something.
Well, it's a couple of neighbors ain't getting nothing from me, but yeah.
it's some neighbors out there look, be better neighbors out there. I mean, get out the way if somebody's trying to get through out their driveway. Don't just stand there and look at them.
Yeah. Say hi. Don't just.
If you live over somebody, don't do cartwheels. I mean, don't do cartwheels. Right.
Oh, yeah. So you're saying if you got an upstairs neighbor,
Right.
if you live in an apartment, don't be stomping around.
Just
people
don't
like
do
that.
cartwheels.
That's wrong.
That's just insane. Like, I'm just working out. Yeah, just look out for each other and like I said, just hope for the best and let's put good energy out here.
Right.
So up next we got, I never heard of this guy, but Andrew Schulz. You know this guy? He's like a hip hop.
Andrew Schulz.
A hip hop blogger or.
Nuh-uh.
So white guy. I saw him
Familiar.
talking the other day, and he was talking about butt fucking Kendrick Lamar. If they ever had a beef, and I thought that's like everywhere right now. Everybody's talking about this guy.
What
I don't
possessed
know.
him to say something like that? I mean,
Because Kendrick Lamar was like, I think in this record, I haven't heard the album, but I heard that he said, don't let this white comedian talk about black women or something. I think he
Right.
said something
Right.
negative about black women. Andrew Schultz's response was, how is a rapper going to tell me to say something about women? They disrespect women every day. Which, that's a good angle to come from. But you got to understand, Kendrick Lamar don't represent the whole genre of rap.
right.
He's always been promoting positivity for women. He's been like that. So I think that was a smart move on Schultz to go that angle.
But he didn't get it.
But yeah, you got to understand,
It backfired.
Kendrick's never been that guy.
It's not with Kendrick.
Right. So, and why are you even thinking about butt fucking
Yeah, that
another
just
man anyway?
sounds.
He's like, I
really,
could butt fuck him and he couldn't. Matter of fact, take a look at this.
Just Kendrick, I would make love to him. And there's nothing he could do about it. Just Kendrick Lamar, I would make love to him, and the only thing that he could do is decide if it's consensual or not. That's the only thing he could do. If it's me and Kendrick, this is about physics. It's about physics. I don't even know if I'll get hard. If we're in a cell and we're bored and we done tattooing each other, whatever you do in the cell, there's nothing he could physically do to stop that.
Why are you pulling this picture up, Mark? Why are you doing this?
Put up that picture of him and Travis Kelce's girl. Look at that.
Oh my God, dude, that's unbelievable.
Yo, I'll be honest. I would go so far as to say I don't think he could stop most people on the planet from having sex with him.
Yeah. So after watching it, what do you think his mind state was? Do you think he's chasing clout? Because I personally, let me tell you guys what I think he's personally jumping on the bandwagon of the hottest rapper out right now and getting. I mean, I never heard of him. Exactly.
Trying to get some clout.
Right.
So I mean, I think anybody would do it. What do you think his angle with this was?
Angle. Definitely clout chasing. He's saying, trying to get some shock value. Why would you say something so foul?
Perverse.
Like, yeah.
Just like the same idiot that fucking decided to say that Puerto Rico was a pile of garbage.
Who would say that?
You heard that shit? Like the Trump's rally, like right before the election.
You know what? No matter what they try to show on TV, because they always show the worst of places. I mean, it's anywhere.
Yeah.
That's not in America. They try to give you that look of poverty when it's really nice. Like most of the places out of America, if you travel, you see that there's really nice place. I mean, it's bad parts everywhere.
Right.
But
the point that I was trying to prove is like you clearly was trying to like chase some clout.
Right.
Like there was no reason for you to say something that
Right.
fucked up like
but
at the place he said it.
That's today's environment, especially with the media.
Right.
You say something crazy and then you get attention.
Yeah.
Crazy. No, but if I could think of something right now to say, I mean, to go viral, I wouldn't do it. But I mean, that's what goes on. Yeah. Like if you can think of it and you can. Kendrick mentioned him. He's running with that attention. So John let us know that he thinks that it's clout too, right?
Right. Well, if Kendrick got his attention, then I guess his little
Like Charlamagne said, you see what he did to a halfway guy. You can imagine what he'd do to a white guy. I was joking. That was funny to me. I heard it. But yeah, clout chasing Andrew Schulz. I've read some things about him being canceled or whatever that means. Cancel culture. I really don't believe in that. But yeah, we'll see where this go on the next episode. We'll see where this go. But it's everywhere. I just had to bring it up and see you guys. What you guys thought about that. So last on the topics today, we got Terrence Howard. He was a superstar. You know, he played in Hard Out Here for a Pimp. What's that? Hustle and Flow. One of his first shows, he was a lawyer with his brother. I mean, that was on BT a long time ago. I mean, dude been doing his thing. Marvel. You know, he quit acting power. He quit acting to go into quantum physics to be a scientist. He's made a lot of breakthroughs with the Flower of Life. He's made a simulation that actually built Saturn from scratch with the Flower of Life. A lot of people don't know the equations behind it. But long story short, he's telling all the scientists in that field, quantum physics, that the way you've been doing stuff is wrong. My way is right. Look from a new place. You know what I'm saying? Look from a new place.
Now here's the Flower of Life.
Okay.
You know?
Yep.
The age of it is almost unknown.
Oh, yeah.
But each and every, it's 64 overlapping circles, but there are no straight lines there. But at a time when the thought was that there were straight lines or the world was flat, guess what they did? They averaged the spaces where the circles overlap.
Exactly.
And I was like, oh, that's an average. That's an approximation. That's not real.
Right.
You know, the Pythagorean theorem coming from the cube. So I was like, what happens if I take 4 of the individual pieces that make up the flower? And that's 4 of the triangular pieces that makes up the flower. So I was like, if I take 4 of these triangular pieces and put them together, based on universal ratios, then it gave me this negative space where 4 bubbles met. And based on what Walter Russell had talked about in the nature of how electricity moves, it's always seeking a higher pressure condition. So this area in here, this area right here is where electricity is going to be spinning northeasterly.
Okay.
Spinning to the right. Now, as the electricity, as each wave hits here, now it's being pushed by other waveforms, and so it gets pushed out to these vortices at the tip, and now it's no longer able to spin northeast, and so it starts, because it has low density, it has nothing to push against, so it starts spinning southwestern.
So I saw a video with him and Bill Carson the other day, and I was very interested in some stuff he talked about. And anybody that'll let go of all that money and fame to chase their heart and so I'm gonna pay attention to him. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the way of God, I think. When people let go of this material stuff to chase a dream, because it's hard to let go. It's hard to let go of this stuff. Once you get the lights on you and the cameras, it's hard to let it go. Right. So I gotta respect and I got to investigate a person that does that. You know what I'm saying? So with that, have you heard any messages or stories from Terrence Howard?
Yeah, I did. I did look up a few of his theories, and I mean, some stuff I agree with, some stuff I didn't. But I always like to research on my own, and but I like anybody who doesn't do the group think. I like anybody who has their own thoughts and. Get you to think from another perspective. That's
so what you think about 1 + 1 = 1? 1 times 1 is 1.
1 times 1 is...
Think about it. So John, what you think? Have you heard anything about Terrence Howard?
I have not. The last thing I heard from him was that they got him out of the Iron Man suit just because he wanted more money. But just finding out what you were talking about, that is interesting.
Right.
Like in that perspective, as in like he quit acting and all the money he was making just to like go do science,
Right.
which doesn't really look like him, but I'm glad he's actually doing it. Just by him walking into that building, he already knows a lot more than me, so I can't say shit. He knows, period, and he's telling me, hey, look at it from this angle. I'll fucking look at it from his angle because he actually put the work in it. You know what I mean? I can't say shit. I don't know anything about it.
Right.
So I'm with you on that one. Like he quit all of his, fame and money to do what he really likes.
Right.
To that level. Yeah. Let's listen to him.
Right.
He's got something to say.
So my advice to everybody, go check out Terrence Howard. Shout out Terrence Howard. He gave us a lot of heartwarming scenes, a lot of heartwarming stories. We enjoyed watching him a long time. So at least show him a little respect, see what he got to say. Like Spirit said, you might like some of the stuff, you might not. But I was very interested in his and Bill Carson podcast. And I'm going to drop a link here. I'm going to drop a little bit of it here. I want y'all to check it out. So after listening to that, we already gave our what we think about it. So like I said, drop some comments. Let me know if y'all believe or if you could rock with anything that he's saying. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it was very interesting to me. So shout out to Terrence Howard. For the last segment, we're going to do a game. So me and Spirit go do a little game. I want to say a phrase. I haven't got any phrases rehearsed. You know me. I'm a poet by heart. So I'm going to say some phrases, and I want to see if you can finish them. Okay, 3 phrases. And I'm going to give you a chance if you can think of any phrases in that brain of yours. Okay. First phrase. To be the man, you have to be
the man.
Got it. Let me think of something else. You can't hold a man down without
Holding yourself down?
Well, it's being down yourself, but we'll let her have that. Let me think of something more. Let me see. Let me think of something. Life is like a box of chocolate. Okay, this girl is really good. Okay.
I mean, but we've heard all those phrases.
She's
before,
on it.
So.
Well, that was the point to like.
That's the point.
Yeah, just make sure if you know it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess I do have something in my brain.
Okay, well, you give me 3 if you can think of 3.
Nah, I can't think of 3 right now.
I didn't prepare anything.
I didn't prepare.
They're in English. My first language is Spanish.
Got you.
So I got you one in Spanish, and I'll translate it for you.
Okay.
It's pretty famous where I come from. Que dice, más sabe el diablo por viejo que por diablo. That translates to, it is more knowledgeable the devil for being old than for being the devil. And that's some wise words right there. So it's basically talking about experience. Experience is very important.
Okay.
So now you process that one, and next time I ask you,
I'm over here trying.
You're gonna have to.
Yeah, I'm over here. It's more knowledgeable being the devil being old.
It's exactly. It's much more knowledgeable the devil for being older than for being the devil himself. That's where it comes from.
The devil is a lot wiser when he's older.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's probably gonna be a lot more a better person, a better devil.
The better devil. You can put it that way. Yeah.
You're gonna be a better devil. You might bring a lot of good to the world. I'm serious.
What they say in that movie? What was that movie? Evil is good. What movie?
Evil is good and ass is good. And if you get yourself some evil ass,
I don't remember.
Woo! It's just a woo!
You gotta tell people the name of the movie.
It's Vampire in Brooklyn. Eddie Murphy shot it. Man, that movie was so funny. Yeah. If you get yourself some evil ass, you know what some evil ass is, Spirit?
I do not know.
All right, y'all. Shout out. I'd like to thank my producer manager. Well, she producing this show. Spirit for coming on the show or showing her face today. I'd like to thank John, my partner in crime, for coming out.
Thank you for having me.
All right. And I would like to thank y'all for coming up, spending some time with us, and we'll catch y'all on episode 4 of Overachievers.
All right.
I used to want her, but I don't know. Mo.